It's MK. Happy Thursday afternoon. And you know what you got this week? You got little old me all by myself in the studio. You know what I love about Thursdays? I love being able to take some time in the middle of the day to head home for a little while and just kind of chill out. So Thursdays is my choir day. Now, I know a lot of you, I've mentioned it before, a lot of you know that I'm a musician. I have played flute since I was 10, and Thursday nights is choir night. Now, my church is just like less than 5 minutes up the road. But if I come in the morning and then I stay all day until I go to choir practice at 7, I don't get home till like 10, it just makes for a really, really long day. So usually what I do on Thursdays is I come in for a while and I work, and then I go home and have lunch and see Mr. MK and watch a little bit of my soap opera, which I am months and months behind on. Don't tell me anything that's going on with Days of Our Lives, because I got catching up to do. But I like to do that on Thursday afternoons just because it breaks up my day a little bit. And then I come back to the studio to finish up. So the other thing that I love about doing my live feed now at this time of the day is my neighbors on the other side of the wall from me here in the plaza, they cut out of here every day, 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock Eastern, they're out of here. So what does that mean? That means when they leave, I crank up the music, my country tunes going, I have the machines running, and it's just me, and I just love being able to kind of cut loose and not really bother anybody. But let's get to business. I see some additional people have jumped on, so I've got my list, I've got some things I want to cover, and let's get started. All right, USB sale update. Wow, you guys. Mr. MK worked so hard the last couple of weeks to get those in the mail, and it has been so much fun just watching you guys post pictures. You're so excited to get your little package in the mail with your USB drive in it. So I'm really, really happy, you guys. That first batch of those of you who got right on board and got that right away, those have all been shipped out. We had like one problem, I think, with something that said it was delivered, but it never got delivered, so we sent out another one. We are still dealing with some questions and issues with the international customers, so Paul is handling those on a case-by-case basis. We are trying our very hardest to make sure that anybody that wants one can get one, okay? Just a reminder about the USB drive, that you are receiving all of the content that you have ever rented. At the time we send the USB drive, whatever you have rented, all of that is going on. All right. There is a little video that I recorded at the that is meant for you to watch first. I think Paul even called it "Watch Me First" or something like that. So when you get your USB drive, you know, plop it in your computer, whatever, and watch that video first. And then Mr. MK wants me to remind you, please, please, please make a copy or a backup of that content somewhere where you know where it is, so that if you misplace or damage or lose or whatever the flash drive, that you're not without the content that you rented and that you paid for the USB stick for, okay? So watch that little video, make a backup, and then you have got your content ready to go whenever you want to watch it, right? Okay, let's see. What else do we have going in the way of YouTube or video content, I mean? So I recorded a quick little YouTube session this morning. And I know I had said I wasn't really going to be doing any more YouTube stuff, but you know, this is how it always goes, you guys. I'm working on a quilt. I do some sort of technique or some sort of function that I want to share with you. And I'm just like, oh, let's really quick just do a YouTube recording. So I was working on a quilt that I was just doing a pantograph. And I know that I've talked about it many times. You've seen my machine working in action. I have a whole 2.5-hour video on pantos. But what I recorded this morning was a little bit of I don't know what the word is. I stepped away a little bit from how I normally do pantos, and I was doing it a little bit differently, including how I cropped it and ended it at the bottom of the quilt, okay? And it's a very, very simple technique. I think everybody can benefit from this, and so I just stopped this morning really quickly and did some screen capture. Mr. MK, I believe, is working on that as we speak, and hopefully today or tomorrow we'll have that YouTube content up for you, okay? And then what else is coming down the pipe? That instruction that I've been promising for, you know, L-shaped connected borders with chunking. I just can't say when I'm going to get to it. Honestly speaking, you guys, my travels are going to start ramping up right now, and we will try. We will try to get to that. I have that quilt all planned out that I want to do that technique with, but it's just a matter of when I can fit it in. I'm just being honest. All right, so what else we got going on? So the line drawing webinar that we have had up for rent now for the last couple of weeks, that is still available for $20, okay? And at the end of the month, that price is going to be going up. I don't know exactly where it's going to land, but it's probably going to be at least twice the price that it is right now. Okay, so just want to remind you, if you want that, to go out and get it. It's been very, very high in demand. All right, so what else do we got going on in my world? Well, I am about to start traveling and teaching and being all over the place. So I have today and tomorrow, that's it, then I'm on the road. So I just wanted to run down really quickly where I'm going to be again, and all of this, of course, is on the website, but let me just, you know, because sometimes when you hear a town or something, maybe you haven't heard me talk about it before. There's new people always coming on the board. So let me just run down where I'm going to be. So Saturday, this coming Saturday, I'm hopping a plane. I'm out of here up to Virginia, meeting with a new owner of ours up there, going to have some one-on-one training, and then on Monday the 23rd, we are going to have a small group class. That's all been finalized. The handouts, Tammy received them today, and I am really super excited to meet my students up in Haymarket, Virginia. Then I'll be getting back right at the first part of May. I am going to be heading out to a local class. I just booked it kind of just a couple of weeks ago. I am going to be doing my double wedding ring class here locally, just about an hour and a half or 2 hours away, at a friend of mine, a follower. She's going to host me, a small group, and we're going to do double wedding ring. Okay, I'm going to talk about double wedding ring in a bit. Okay, Ellijay, after that, I am heading to Ellijay, Georgia. That's going to be mid-May. Again, just check the website for the dates so I don't have to remember all of them. But mid-May, I'm going to be in Ellijay, Georgia, and that is just going to be a trunk show and a lecture. Okay, so that's not sim related, it's not Pro Stitcher related, but if you're in the area or you have friends that would like to come out and meet me and hear me talk, and I'll have a bunch of my quilts along, just check that out, Ellijay, Georgia. From there, I'm going to continue north, and I am going to be in Franklin, North Carolina. That's going to be a Pro Stitcher event at the location of Walker Quilt Company, okay? So they are a company there. They're not actually a retailer. They're right next door to a Handy Quilter retailer, and they work very closely together. The retailer is in one site, this Walker Quilt Company right next door. She has a bunch of Handy Quilter with Pro Stitcher machines in there. She long arms for business, for hire rather, and she rents out the machines. So they have really a cool kind of combination going on there in Franklin, North Carolina. I am going to be there doing my sim session training for that one, okay? Then let's see, then I'm back for a little while. June 1st, I really just want to mention this if there's any of my local people on. I am going to have a come and join me in the studio, a little paint and maybe an adult beverage or two, some wine and cheese and crackers, and we're going to paint on quilted squares. Okay, this is something that I'm planning for my local quilt guild, but I just thought it would be fun to have a few people into the shop that night and just kind of have a girls' night out, and so that is mostly for my local people, obviously, but check that one out. Okay, then at the very end of July, Paul and I both, so Mr. MK and I both, will be in Texas. Okay, we'll be flying into the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I think this is a Senegence event, and I think we're going to be in the Arlington area. I don't have a host, or I don't have anybody who's reached out to me yet for that set of dates. So if you are in Texas and you would like to host me, or, you know, get a small group together or whatever, just reach out, because Paul and I will both be there. And that would mean that Paul maybe could, help you out with some service on your machine while he's there and whatever. All right, so that's the very end of July. Okay, then I'm home again for a little bit, then I'm off. August is going to be crazy, you guys. I'm hardly going to be in Florida at all in August. Okay, so I am going to be in Michigan in August. That's going to be a 3-day event. We have made that a 3-day event, 1 day for double wedding ring and 2 days for Pro Stitcher Sim Style. Also in August, I'm going to be in Minnesota, mostly going to be a family affair, but if you want to catch me while I'm in Minnesota, please reach out to me now. And then I am going to be in Vincennes, Indiana. Again, that's going to be a 3-day event. I'm going to be doing my double wedding ring 1 day and then 2 days of Pro Stitcher Sim Style. Okay, so that is August. August is going to be absolutely crazy. Okay, after August, let's see. I got my sheets out of order a little bit here. Okay, after August, September's going to come. I am doing a 2-day event in Cummings, Georgia. That is going to be towards the beginning of the month, and that's going to be a 2-day event, and that's going to be focused on Pro Stitcher Sim Style and all my layout and rendering and all of that, okay? After that, I'm so excited. I'm going to be on retreat. I am going on my annual quilt retreat that I go in the fall, and I'm so looking forward to it this year because, after all of this that I've just told you, I am going to need a little bit of downtime. Okay, so I'm super, super excited to be going on Deb's Cats and Quilts retreat in the middle of September. Okay, then I'm going to be home again for a little while, and then I am planning to be at a big, huge quilt show out in Las Vegas in October, okay? Now, I do believe that the way that the thing with Las Vegas is going to be is that they have asked me to come. They're more than willing to have me come, but the classes have to fill for it to be worthwhile for them to bring me out there and do all this, okay? So if you are in the Las Vegas area or any of the surrounding area, you have friends or anybody that you want to plug into me there, you'll see me there doing all my classes. I do believe I'm doing double wedding ring there and of course my Pro Stitcher stuff, but you'll also be able to take in a really awesome quilt show, okay? So that's going to be at the Las Vegas Convention Center. It is called Points West Quilt Show and Academy, and it is by the Las Vegas Quilters is the name of that group that's putting that together. Okay, so that takes me through October, and that is all that I have planned. My gosh, if I am still like upright and functioning by then, I think it's going to be a miracle, and I think I am really not going to be planning probably too much more after that. It's going to be getting close to the holidays and all of that, so probably after October, I'm going to be just happy to be in my studio and quilting for the upcoming holiday season. Okay, so when I am gone, and always, actually, Paul has really stepped it up, and he is working on some things, but the first thing to know is that if I am not here, I will try to be as responsive as I can, but just know that if I'm traveling, I may not be on as much as I normally am, but Mr. MK has really stepped it up. He's monitoring the page a lot more. He's doing his own posts. He's doing all sorts of polls, asking your opinion on this, that, and the other thing. And that's great. That's really, really great. So I really appreciate him doing that. Also, he's handling pretty much all of my shipping. Okay, so any orders that are coming in, Paul will handle all of that. And thanks, honey. So Paul will handle anything while I'm gone in the way of shipping, or he has also been monitoring my email a little bit more, the posts on the board. So I promise I'm not going anywhere, and I still will try to get to you. I think I probably just have to be a little bit carefuler and maybe do most of my Facebooking stuff like in the evenings or something, because I'm going to have a whole lot to stay focused on. But that doesn't mean I don't want you to still be reaching out. That doesn't mean I don't want you to still be posting. I want you to keep sharing, helping each other, show and share what you're doing with your line drawings and your layouts and your stitch outs and all of that. I love, love, love seeing all of that. And I love seeing you helping each other and posting about what you have learned from any of my instruction, okay? So the other thing, and I don't even really know what to say about it, but I'm so excited. I really can't let the cat out of the bag right now, but Paul is working on something pretty big that you guys are going to be very, very excited about. We are right now kind of looking to hire somebody to help us with this thing that we want to develop. I'm just going to say that. So I am super over the moon excited that he has taken this on. And okay. Okay, so he's going to be working on something. You guys keep following is all I can say. And then just this afternoon, Paul and I, we were fielding a question, and we were talking about how do you know when I'm going live, or how do you know what's going on? There's been some things I think happening with Facebook algorithms, and I don't know how they're monitoring stuff on Facebook these days. Did you see that post earlier this week? Like Paul put something up, or no, I think it was actually somebody else put something on the board and it was flagged as being sexual content or something. I'm like, come on, we're quilting here. So I don't know what's going on with that. There are some other options available to us for letting you know maybe when I'm going to be going live, and I don't know exactly if we're going to do that, but what I can tell you is just make sure that your notifications here in the group are turned on to, you want to be following me and you want to see my posts first. I think that's one of the options, like see me first. All right, so just keep following the page. Turn on your notifications on YouTube. Normally what Paul does is when I'm done with these live feeds, he takes that content, he puts it right up on YouTube. So if you miss it here, then you can hopefully catch it on YouTube. To make sure your notifications and your subscriptions are turned on YouTube. And hopefully between that and this other thing that may be an option, hopefully you can catch me live. And I appreciate it. People are like, when are you going to be on live, MK? I want to catch you live. So I appreciate that. And we'll try to make sure that you can catch me live. Okay. Let's see. Oh, newsletter. Make sure you're on the newsletter. So that is the other thing, you guys. We're going to be pushing that a little bit more just because of all this stuff with social media. I don't really know. I don't know what's going on with all of that. But if you get on the newsletter, we bundle everything that I cover in live feeds, things that I post on the board, all of that gets bundled into the newsletter. And just remember, also share that with your friends, have other people sign up for the newsletter, because it's not only MK Quilts long arming stuff, and it's not only MK Quilts sim stuff. It's about what we all have going on here, sales and promotions and new things from Handy Quilter and new things that I'm offering in the shop, and just everything. Okay, so we appreciate when you share our newsletter, sign up for other people. All right, let's see. I wanted to mention, I said I was going to mention about my double wedding ring. I had a question pop up. So this double wedding ring class that I'm adding on to my travels this year, it's a class I think I mentioned before. I've been teaching for a long, long time. I love it. Everybody has good success. We have a good time with the class. But what I do with my double wedding ring class is a little bit different. Now I mentioned we use a Quilt Smart, and this is what the Quilt Smart, they kind of have a brochure. It's some instructions. Normally it comes with a template. We don't use the template in the way that I teach it. So just to be clear, if you are going to take my double wedding ring class with me at all this year, basically you will get a supply list that includes what fabric amounts you have to buy and the cutting instructions. Okay, we have to have you have cutting done before class. But you will get, with your class fee, you will get one of these tube turners, which is an absolute must. Everybody must have one. And then you will get the interfacing as part of your class fee. Okay, so you don't have to go and search a quilt shop or search online to get all of that stuff. Sometimes it can be hard to find. So I will kit that all for you, and that will be included in your class fee. Okay, just wanted to remind you, Glide. This is my the one and only last glide foot that's been etched that I have in the studio that is going for the $82 price. Okay, that includes the price of the foot, the etching, and the shipping, all included into $82. But it's going up to $92 after this one is sold. Okay, so if you want it, you need to hop on over to the website right now and buy it, because this is it. That's the last one at that price. Just wanted to also remind you guys that we still have the print options, the print source, the print material still available. Just remember, if you want the Pro Stitcher manual, you can have it ordered up. If you want an Amara manual, I don't believe the Amara or the Forte now come with a printed version of the manual. You have to either download it yourself and print it yourself, or come to somebody like me and we will offer that. And you can also get the Art and Stitch. The Art and Stitch stuff is all available as well. Okay, so just remember, we have a really good print source for that, so we can help you out with that. Okay, let me just double check the list. I think, oh, wide backs. I've been selling some wide backs, you guys, and actually to some of you, so that's cool. Just remember, we got thread. I'm very, very close to having every single Omni color in stock. So if you want to pick up the Omni from me, I just got a big delivery of needles. Ballpoint needles, I'm pretty much stocked on those now. Zippers and grips, those are still in high demand, and especially the side grips. Okay, so I've got all of that in stock, and Mr. MK can do all of that shipping for me when I am gone. All right, let's take a look at what's on the machine, and then I'm going to crank up the country music, and I am going to have some fun this afternoon until I got to go to choir. All right, so over here on McFinity is a beautiful... well, she called it a mystery quilt. I guess she did with some group of ladies, this mystery quilt. This is all done in reds and whites and blacks. And here over on the side, you can see I'm doing some chunking. And love, love, love chunking. I am just a chunking queen, I think. I'm not chunky, though, right? Well, actually I am, but that's another story. Okay, over here on this side, I have a beautiful hand-pieced, what is that, English paper piecing quilt. And I'm sorry, I'm doing funny things with the camera today. I'm back to my old tripod, and apparently I don't know how to use the old version. Okay, so that's what I got going on today, you guys. Just want to mention, while I'm traveling, I am not exactly sure what I'm going to be doing in the way of live feeds. Okay, so I will try, but I'm going to be, you know, just really, really busy and on airplanes and doing other stuff. So just keep watching, reach out. Mr. MK will be monitoring everything, emails and the board, and he will be running MK Quilts, the storefront, while I am out meeting and greeting you and teaching and doing what I love. Love, love, love. Okay, you guys, that's it. And until next time, from my studio to you, happy quilting. Have a great day. Bye-bye.